Hello there. I am back and recording a new part of our life now and forever. The previous one was partially demo part 1A and part 1B because I had to edit a bit of the entirety of it because it's too long, but apparently I made the second video a tad bit longer than necessary. Anyways, we're here to continue the game for the prologue slash demo. And we're gonna continue off at whatever part we ended, so let's continue the story. I remember that we met Shu and we introduced ourselves to him. So then Shu shook his head side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts. But if you're just my new neighbor, not a thief or sorcerer, how do you know that was my paper? Wait, I think we've done this, so I'm just gonna continue and see if we have done, but if I do think that we have done it already, predict a fast forward in the future. I didn't know, not for sure. What? You were showing my notes off to everyone you saw in the world? Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Huh. You breathed in, let it out, and then tried to explain the weird situation that didn't even make sense to you. I got here today with my mama. She's waiting for the real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road and a paper airplane hit me in the shoulder and nobody was there. Oh, that's okay. Shu nodded along, probably not getting everything you were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. I picked it up and opened the plane and saw the stuff written on it. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to give me a message. I've been looking for whoever did it since when I met you. I had to check if you were the one who did it. You'd went over the steps that led you to this point as best you could, and Shu joined in with a conclusion. It wasn't me who made any airplane, but the page and things on it are mine. He put his hands on his hips as he thought hard about the info he'd learned from you. That means someone else somehow got a piece of paper from my notebook and used that to make the plane they chucked at you for some crazy reason. I guess so, but if you're the one who wrote that, how did you know my name? That was on the note, and what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello, go out, hide out, Frankie second. It doesn't make sense. Oh, and side note, I'm actually kind of nasally right now because my allergic rhinitis is active, so bear with it for a bit. It's gonna be nasty. Oh, back to Shu. Oh! Shu cracked a smile and flicked out his arms to start his own explanation. That's just stuff I was gonna do. Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, Shu listed off each part of the letter simply. Hello, say hi to the people around, go out, visit the town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hideout means go to my hideout. Shu stopped the countdown to pat a sturdy wooden wall behind him with pride. Right here? Okay, so we're gonna go to the hideout, okay. Fine. I get it now. Wow, I like our hideout. That's so stupid. Wow. Wow. You said amuse. Your hideout is your own backyard. That's a hideout. Why would you tell me it's a hideout? You didn't speak. I'm so tempted to just be silent in an entire run because there's a lot of the options at the very end where you just don't speak at all. Like it's simply a option. Let's do this one because it's been consistently me joking around and stuff. Hey, don't blame me. I'm not the one who made you read it. Alright, yeah, for your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there was gonna be a kid my age that their name was Frankie second. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget. Apparently, you kinda lost your to-do list, kid. And I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. Wow, you're such a scatterbrain. Shu patted the front of his jacket with all the surety in the world. You guessed that was where the pocket with the notebook was set. More like an organized brain. Ugh. But I'm gonna stick with you now. Whoever took my paper is still out there, and you were their target. Wow, mystery. Kids trying to solve mysteries. For the record, I don't think most kids think like this. I wish all kids are as wholesomely like this or not as annoying. I mean, I guess that's because like most of the kids that I might have had encountered with is like that. Maybe you're not a sorcerer thief, but what if the paper airplane person is? We'll figure it all out and you won't have to worry about anything. Cool. Okay, good come. Well, alright. Yeah, thanks. This is something I need to do on my own. I'm gonna be myself. No way, you have to stay here. You nodded in agreement. You shook your head. No. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this one because I do remember saying I want to be straightforward or like being an outgoing kid. Super! Do we have a plan? You stood up tall, accepting your now partner on this trip and laid out the next part. Yeah, I know which way we should go now. We have to go back to the spot in the forest with 2 dirt paths. I know that place. It's right nearby. Let's do this. And so you started to walk along the autumn tree line, now with your new partner in the adventure. Shu came alongside you with bold, certain steps. You were going to find that paper airplane person. Soon you reached the head of the path. You were at the crossroad once more, but you brought back knowledge and this new boy with you. That's where we just were. You threw a thumb over your shoulder while walking ahead to show what you meant. And down there is just the road, but I haven't looked at that other way on that side. You switched the arm you'd bent back 2 points straight ahead across the fourth passage, directing Shu's gaze to the second dirt imprint. With a tilt of his head, Shu grinned in agreement. That makes sense to me. Like, it is a crossroads anyway. Like, it's a two-pronged path, bruh. The decision easily made. Your and his crunching footsteps started up again in unison. And still your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Also, side note, the previous text before this sounds like it's I think maybe if you chose the left path before you chose the right one, you might actually encounter that dialogue, because it sounds like it's sort of like narratively a connecting text to something. Okay. Nature spreads across the land with the narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. Oh, okay. I thought the passage to the left wasn't the one that led to the forest, but apparently it is. So that's why I chose the right one. The original path that I wanted to take was the one that supposedly led to a forest, because it described in the first description was there was a path that looked like it was going to the forest, and the other one looked like it was going to somewhere civilized. But apparently I made a mistake. Maybe this is the correct path that I OG wanna try. But you know, I kind of like the first path that I took because I met Shu. You were amazed. It was sort of nice. You preferred the neighborhood over the woods. This is your kind of place. Your curiosity was piqued. Because, yeah, to be honest, I didn't think of any preference or personality for the character that I'm making. So I only made assumptions that they're like straightforward and sort of like extroverted. So maybe I would choose this just for like their curiosity in levels of extroversion. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. Shu watched your face. Your good mood was enough to rub off on him. I hang out in the neighborhood or other parts of town most of the time, but woods can be cool too. Really? Why don't you visit more often? It's right by your house. I've lived here forever, every day of my whole life. Yeah, that happens. Stuff's always going on with people in the neighborhood and in town. The forest is the same way. Is the same whenever you come back. Trees, bushes, some birds. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Besides the plants, oh no, hold up. Surprise! The dog was barking. Sorry about that, hee. Anyways, back to the game. Besides, the plants looking different when the seasons change, it's like time doesn't exist here. Casually, Shu lifted up his hands from his sides, only to gesture them downwards to the forest floor. And hey, this path we're walking on has always been here, even before I was born. Oh, okay. You strolled along, kicking at a little piece of rock on the road and looking straight ahead. It's probably been around for as long as this place has been Golden Grove, or longer. For a second, he was thinking so hard, the smile he almost always had went away. Wow! Talk about being nostalgic at a very young age. Then something made him chuckle and he pointed over to the side. But that fence is kinda new. I remember there just being the dirt when I was little. That's the only thing that's ever gotten different out here. Excuse. Wow. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest away from the town popped from a sudden unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves like something had crashed into them. You and Shu shared a look, both checking that the other heard it too. That wasn't me, and that wasn't you either. Yeah, you knew for sure that it wasn't the wind. It had to have been an animal or a person. And it came from right over there. That thrilled Shu. His voice shrunk into an eager whisper. It could be them! The mystery paper airplane sender! Let's go before they get away! Okay. You wander through the bushes to find the source of the sound. You pick up the stick, throw that way just to see if something happened. Nope. I wander. You pulled up your socks and began to make your way off the path and through the overgrowth. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to open enough space for you to get past. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snap from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plant scratch a little at your face and clothes. Wow! Talk about over-describing you trying to go through bushes. Not gonna lie, this is kind of painful. Like, if you don't think that, if in your mind, the kind of like bushes you're thinking or branches you're thinking is not that spindly, then it might kind of be painful. It wasn't as smooth of an entrance as you'd hope it would be. I intended not to enter smoothly, bruh. Hold up. I'm back. Sorry, that was like shocking to hear maybe. I had to blow my nose, so there's a moment of silence for my sad nose. Okay, I did enter. On the other side of that tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until... Hey! Oh, she's so cute! Oh no! Is that Tamarack? That's so cute! Hello! There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was another kid. Who was this person? That's all you thought. You couldn't look away from their eyes. They were really red. They had sparkly hair. You know this. You like the scarf they had on. There were leaves stuck on their hair and clothes. You were wrong before. This person was the prettiest you've ever seen. That was the second prettiest person you'd ever seen. Oh, okay. I wanna do this. See sparkly hair. You stared at them, and they looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Oh, that's so cute! Okay, were you in there this whole time? It scared me. Is there crazy? I didn't know we were here. Were you waiting? Awesome, yeah, no, what do you began to laugh. You thought you were gonna catch someone, but you got us. Oh, it's so wholesome. Okay, which one of these are it's so hard to choose if all of them are wholesome. I'm gonna laugh. That got the stranger giggling too. Oh, it's so cute. Shu folded his arm across his chest. He blinked slowly and thoughtfully. He usually had plenty to say, but in that moment, he was left as stumped as one of the actual stumps in this forest. Wait here! The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get up off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of this open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. They were already wondering what was going to happen next. Watching them go, Shu finally found some words. It's another person I've never seen before today. Wait, what? Bro, that's your neighbor, bro. He twisted around so the top of him was angled more toward you. He brought one of his hands to the side of his mouth and held the other close to his chest, pointing subtly in the direction of the stranger went. Do you know this leaf kid? Oh, that's so cute. Shu, you're the only person I've met here. I wanna do this. Yeah, true. Shu's arms fell back down like limp noodles, but he never took his eyes off the other person. He was definitely curious. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack. What are they, an alchemist? Oh, this must be the sorcerer. But it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. Ooh, whoa, are your eyes two colors? You suddenly had a stranger leaning their face closer to yours to try getting a better look at your eyes. I have heterochromia as a sign of edginess. Oh, guys, it's pretty cool, right? You look away when your cheeks felt hot and you couldn't speak. Aww. Okay, it's pretty cool, right? Whoever they were hummed a happy reply. Yeah, it's fancy. The kid then kept talking like that whole thing didn't even happen. Hi, are you girls too? Shu gestured to the front of himself casually. I'm a boy, Mr. Shulin. Qiunlin. Qiunlin. Wow, okay. Hi, Shu. The kid turned their attention to you. Are you a girl? You shook your head. I'm gonna shake my head. Okay, you glance at Shu shyly, not wanting to talk. No, why would you think something like that? No, why would you think? Why would you think that? You shook your head. Kind of, not totally. Okay. Kind of? She froze for a second, but that was all she needed. Okay, what's the rest? I'm just a kid. People talk about me with they or them. Both girls, kind of. And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack. Okay. Wait, isn't that a normal word and not a name? Okay. Tamarack, what does that mean? A tamarack is a kind of a tree. I like it a lot. Shu grinned widely at her enthusiastic introduction. It fits you. What's your last name? Bauman. Bauman? Bauman? I want to pronounce it as Bauman, even though, like, it feels like it's a Bauman thing. Sorry, like, I also know a person whose name sounds like Bauman, but it's Boman. It's a nickname for a schoolmate. Like, the way that we pronounce it in Tagalog, it's Bauman. So, if I pronounce this, I guess I want to prefer Bauman for, like, really incorrect pronunciation. But let's see. Maybe they're gonna like explain it. Like, what's the 50-50 on it? Tamarack explaining how to pronounce their name. Cool, Miss Tamarack Bauman. You know, my name means autumn. That's amazing. It's a match too. How do people know how to do that? I think we're just lucky. Lots of kids don't have the right ones. Yeah. So what's your name? The girl you knew was as Tamarack sent the question your way since Shu already gave his out. Right. So let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna be like simple. It's Frankie. Nice to meet you. Hi! Wow! Hi, Frankie! She greeted you with a finger spread wave of her hand as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Do you think yours fit too? Your name? I'm kind of, well, since I randomized my name, I guess I'm kind of like 50-50 in it, so I guess I'm gonna say it's alright. But I've got a nickname that people sometimes call me, Frankie. Ooh, alright. Your headband is nice. I like your hair tie. You probably said my mama got it for me and I was happy. My mama made me wear it. Oh, I don't want that. I'm gonna do this. Excuse me. Wow. It's cool to meet you, Tamarack. Maybe. He pointed a suspicious finger her way as he made another point with words. There was only one house for sale anywhere near this neighborhood. Frankie lives there now. Where did you come from? Unless you're Frankie's mom. That's so cute. Aww. Oh, that's so cute. Anyways, let's pause for a while because it's kind of like long already. But right now, we are introduced to Tamarack. We're gonna have to save a bit and see for the meantime how long we're gonna try and tab. I forgot. And see how long we're gonna last for this entire prologue. Anyways, at least now we finally met who Tamarack is and is introduced to them. So we'll try and see what kind of personality Tamarack has. So see ya in the next video.